I appreciate you stopping in to drop it off today. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, so people who haven't seen this deck before, we played it over the weekend. This is one of the standard decks that I updated with new cards to add on my website. This deck's got two things going on. First is that it's a mid-range deck with the Explore package in it, right? Like, nothing to see here. We've had a lot of different Explore decks in this format. This deck is much more exciting than that, though. This is a combo deck that can that can play through its entire deck in a single turn and double activate Bolas' Citadel while doing so. So the way we do this is with Bolas' Citadel and then Path of Discovery says whenever a creature enters play under our control, we get to explore. So this, along with Wildgrowth Walker in play, and then explores to clear lands off the top of our deck, let us play through the entirety of our deck. And then once we have 20 permanents in play, we play a second Bolas' Citadel off the top of our deck, and then we respond to that second Citadel by activating the first one to drain them for 10, and then the second one resolves and we drain them for 10 again. And then theoretically, you can do more than 20 if you need to by cycling through your deck over and over again with Gaea's Blessing, doing this cast, retain priority, drain for 10 trick. So you could technically kill them from any health total when you get fully comboing. It just takes a little while. I think calling this deck extremely weak to removal is a mischaracterization. So, fully combo killing your opponent is not good against removal. You're not going to fully combo kill control decks with this deck a lot of the time. The reason why this deck seems reasonable to me is because it's not a dedicated combo deck. Against the decks that are heavily interactive, you just use Citadel as a card that draws 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. And then kill them by attacking them with creatures. You're just an explore deck. Some Beach, thanks for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Fabman, thanks for the 3-month resubscription. I appreciate it. I don't know what Enter the Unknown does. I don't know what that card does, so I don't have an answer for you. Target creature you control explores. You may play an extra land this turn. I think that's much worse against aggro, and one of the things I'm trying to fix is the aggro matchup. Hey, Still the Water, thanks for the biddies. Yep, sign me up. Nice, Lim. I think I just want to get my ramp going, play this Wayward Swordtooth. Don't post Game of Thrones spoilers in chat. I watched a lot of the older seasons of Game of Thrones, but I have not kept up with the last couple seasons. As a millennial, I prefer to binge the TV shows I watch. So, last time Christy and I watched Game of Thrones was season 5 or whatever the season before this other season was, like 2 seasons ago. And we decided we weren't going to finish it until they finished the season. We just watch it straight through. Waiting every week to watch a new episode is such a drag. I'm part of the Netflix generation. Give it to me now. Oh, you know what? I should block here because my health total lets me cast more spells. Nope, I don't make silly statements like that, Roxer. I got no idea. We're playing games to try and figure that out. Trying different things out. Anybody that makes incredibly strong statements about things they know to be true or not true at this point in the format, they're just reaching to try and sound smart. I guess I should turn off auto stack triggers, huh? All right, so this is the combo. This is the combo. This is us drawing through our deck. Up to 16. If they don't have any interaction here, they should be dead. I always like when we get to do the thing right away. So again, what would happen there is we'd keep playing spells through our deck until we got to a point where there was another Citadel on top of our deck and we had 20 permanents in play. And then you cast the second Citadel, sacrifice 10 things, the other one resolves, sacrifice 10 things, hit them again. Yeah, you literally play your entire deck because your explore triggers explore all the lands into your hand. What turn was that? Like turn 6 or 7? And like, one of the sweet things about this deck is we have cards like Wildgrowth Walker and Bond of Flourishing that help keep us alive to get to that point. Yeah, and Gaea's Blessing lets you keep recycling to do as much damage as you need to. Reload your what now? Listen, we all knew what that typo meant. How often has Gaea's Blessing helped us win? A non-zero amount. The other thing that's nice about Gaea's Blessing is that it's a card that I would refer to as having a high floor, because even when you draw it, it just replaces itself for 2 mana, which is nice. So, one of the things that helps you not brick on land pockets is we play the 3-mana Dino that lets us play extra lands each turn. So the 3-mana Dino helps us not get bricked by land pockets as well. So between the Explorers and the Dino letting you play extra lands, it's difficult to brick. Obviously, it's not impossible to break, but it is difficult too. Yeah, if they're over 20 when you combo, you basically need the blessings. I'm actually gonna wait on the Wildgrowth Walker. Because this is a combo piece, so I'd rather they try and kill my other stuff first. Was the classic no sideboard? No, I traded out the 4 Grazers for 4 copies of Duress when I sideboarded. Chart, of course, is weird. Wonder what they're doing. Last game, they just, like, played Kefnet and died after playing a removal spell. So I wonder if they're not a control deck, but some kind of mid-range deck. Oh, interesting. They just discarded... I just pegged them for being on control when we started, but they might not be. No, this is our first time playing Blast Zone. What's the word I'm searching for? The mono blue matchup felt incredibly hard for this deck, and Blast Zone is an essentially uncounterable way to kill most of mono blue's threats, which seemed very powerful. Cabal, thank you for the 7 months. Welcome back. This is match number 1 with Citadel. They bin to negate. Blitz. Crota, thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back. Maybe because, like, they're representing... Because they're representing a counterspell there, I should stick Jadelight instead. Wow. Rude. I mean, like, I'm gonna have 8 power. I'm gonna have, like, 10 power in play soon. So I just, like, punch them in the face a bunch, right? And now we're just below average green-black, exactly. They named Jadelight Ranger. Please draw land, Citadel. Please draw land, Citadel. Please draw land, Citadel. Never lucky. Alright. I mean, like, to be fair, they probably were dead to my Explore creatures, which is why they took the Jadelight Rangers. No, they knew I had 1 Jadelight. Alright, you have to chump block. Nice. Every time you beat someone who unmoored, go to you, an angel gets its wings. How are we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for hanging out here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week. If you're someone who enjoys standard best of 3 constructed, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of different decks here, and usually I change decks every 60 to 90 minutes. You get a lot of variety in our stream. As always, I'd love to give a shout out to all my wonderful subs out there. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I also like to plug a couple of my sponsors here really quick. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles using promo code Jeff5. You can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Warhammer cards with them. InkGaming.com. I'd love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of wonderful artwork they already have on their website. And of course, cardstier.com. I'd love to help you turn your cards into other cards direct with other players. There's no haggling, and they just take 1% fee off the top. So we head on into our next match here with the sweet Black-Green Citadel combo deck. I'd like to thank everyone for dropping by Hoaglandy today. You know, there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch, and I appreciate you spending part of your day here with us. Remember, if you are a new viewer and you're enjoying the decks we play or the way I break down my lines, make sure to hit that follow button. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything, lets you know when I go live and with what. I'm here pretty much every day during the week, Monday through Friday, from about 8 a.m. Central Standard Time till about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Whew. And occasionally I remember to breathe. What's my rank now? That's a good question. We should take a peek after this match. If they take... Probably playing a creature on 2 regardless of what they take. Smart that they took this. As this deck becomes more of a known entity, your Wildgrowth Walkers will have a little bit more of a premium on their head. Because they are a combo piece when we're drawing through our deck. And again, against these more interactive control decks, a lot of the time we're not acting as a combo deck. We're acting as just like a value mid-range deck that's just like playing its creatures out and attacking for little chunks of damage here and there. Thought Erasure turn 2 feels bad. Oh, my sweet summer child. Can I introduce you to Thoughtseize? You've never been Thoughtseize before. This is my dino. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Yeah, I honestly wasn't expecting that deck to be very good, but I've been thoroughly impressed with it, Nemesis. It really feels like it holds its own in a lot of places. Salashiro, thank you for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So keeping me employed here. Citadel! 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 Think I just go get Jadelight here. Cracking the Memorial is permanent neutral because it's throwing away a land, add a creature to the board. Citadel! Citadel! Hey, that dork's got reach. That dork's got reach, chat. All right, let's do it. And like, again, like I don't even have my combo finish here. I'm just like attacking for 7, like no big deal. Oh, yeah. You reach up into them trees. You distract that thief, little Grazer. This is the realizing the Grazer has reach pause. That's what that was. Listen, as someone else who very recently had to make their own realize the Grazer has reach pause, it's a learning experience, okay? They have Vraska's Contempt. Is that why we're shocking? If someone were to start streaming using a format similar to yours, would I be upset at all? Nope. The best advice I can give anyone getting into any industry, including streaming, is you should look at what people that have done before you who have been successful are doing and why they're successful doing it. Don't reinvent the wheel when it already rolls downhill. Can you explain what problem is fixed by Grazer with elves? The aggro matchups. Mono blue and mono red were incredibly tough matchups. And Grazer is a blocker in those matchups. It's a card that accelerates us while also providing a board presence. We are 29. We're over 29 cards into our deck because there's 4 on the bottom. So that means we've been through 33 cards in our deck without a Citadel. Please be dead to this Wildgrowth Walker. Please be dead to this Wildgrowth Walker. Survey says. What a silly game. What a silly game. Doink. And that, again, was such a good example of like, oh, I have ugly Duresses. I need to put pretty Duresses in my deck. That's such a good example of like why I like this deck. Because like you just get to play games like that on occasion sometimes. We've not played an Oath of Teferi deck yet, but unless too many people bump things in the deck queue, I think we're gonna get to one tomorrow. Currently, line 8 is a 4-color Oath of Teferi deck. I don't think we need to increase the land count with the Grazer. And the reason I don't think that is because the Explore creatures that we have give us a higher virtual land count than the number of lands in our deck actually represent, because the Explore creatures help us draw 2 lands more consistently. If that makes sense. Yeah, new Vivian will be up for the first time after this in a Bant Flash style shell. Scale of 1 to dead. Where's this Wildgrowth Walker at? Look at that. It is in our deck, chat. It exists. It exists. We've got Path of Discovery here as well, which is sweet. Yeah, the blue-red Phoenix deck coming up later today, I think looks like it has a lot of promise. The new Saheeli's been really impressive everywhere I've played it. Deal. Oh, it explores. That's great. So, there's a Duress on top of my deck. I think I'm supposed to be conservative and take a peekaboo before I just jam the Citadel here. Their hand is just bad. Got it. So if I had to jam the Citadel there's a good chance we would have killed them. They're giving up. I think 4 is necessary. I think you want to have the best chance to combo possible game 1, and 4 gives you a chance to do that. Wow. Okay, so I stopped playing on the ladder when there were 28 hours left to go, and we were 141 4 hours ago. Then 2 hours ago, we were 147, and now with 1 day left, we've moved back up to 145. So, again, for people that have been following, I said I wasn't going to try and top 1,000 this season, but then just playing viewer-submitted decks, we, lucked into being 140 this morning. And I was like, all right, or 140, there's like a day left, and it was just like, all right, we'll just try and sit on it. So I'm hoping that being 145 right now means that this time tomorrow we'll be in the top 1,000. Oh, I forgot to switch the Duress. Good call. Stop being modest. Twitch chat's the competitive advantage. Yes. Twitch chat pulled me kicking and screaming to rank 140. You can only ladder with meta decks. Yep. Maybe. To be fair, I think because we're early in the new format, I think it is easier for new players to leverage for better players to leverage their play skill in less defined formats than in more established formats, because a lot of the skill in Magic is being able to recognize things faster than other people. And as players who are less experienced get more time to play with new cards, they catch that skill differential closes a bit because players gain experience through repetition, right? So I think the big advantage someone like myself who plays a lot of Magic versus someone who's newer is that I pick up on those patterns a little bit faster than a lot of people do. And then, like, as the season progresses, things level out as people have more of a chance to gain experience with these things that I've seen a little bit faster. We've not played a Davriel discard deck yet, no. All right, one land, please. One land, please. Untapped land. Untapped land. Untapped land. Oh, wow. Are we going to get another turn? We might not get another turn. So, one of the things, the worst part about playing this deck is that when you're playing against Nexus of Fate, you kind of lose the moral high ground because we're also trying to combo them. This card is so unreasonably messed up in the opponent's deck. Like, part of me is really hoping that Tamiyo is enough to push the Nexus deck into getting banned. This card is such an absurd power level upgrade to the opponent's archetype, it's just unreal. I think their Augur of Bolas is broken and accidentally put a card in their hand. Ain't that the truth? Alright, that's good enough. Their combo is faster and more linear than our combo. I think I'm going to trim Path of Discovery. I mean, at least they had the decency to kill me relatively quickly, right? Opponent at least played fast. Right. If I submit the new Reclamation deck, will you play it? Yeah, I'll play it at least once. I don't know that I'll accept it a second time, but that's something I'd start a stream with. least having at least a video of me playing that is probably good. No, I think we don't want to become a bad aggro deck because we're a really bad aggro deck. What we instead want to do is just do what I did here, which is board in interaction, so that way we can slow down their combo so our combo becomes fast enough. To be fair, I think there's a lot of people in the unranked queue who are playing tiered decks right now, because I bet there's a lot of people that are in like the top 400 or so that want to play more Magic Arena but want to sit on their rank because they don't want to lose out of the top 1,000 with a bad streak. Their hand is very good. That was an excellent draw. Some people have fun playing Wilderness Reclamation. Magic doesn't pay you. Magic doesn't pay most people anything. Like, people are playing Reclamation because they enjoy it. This is basically a match of Modern, Chucky. It's very similar. So I'm waiting till their upkeep to do this, because this way, if they have Blink of an Eye, they have to use the Blink mana on their turn, choking them on some resources here. So we're hoping to draw a land so I can jam this Bolas' Citadel next turn. And to be fair, if I hit the land for the Bolas' Citadel, we might combo kill them on our 5th turn. So, like, you know, again, hard to have the moral high ground here because our deck is also linear. We are also a dirty combo player. We are unfortunately one permanent shy of ascending here.
I know I noted this somewhere.
Not putting the Japanese Planeswalker as premium artworks you can buy on Arena is such a big miss. Dang it, WotC, take people's money. Your chats are showing up, Wraith. Howdy, howdy. If you aren't subbed, it'll tell you just can't send a message. So here's the big thing. People who attack people who play decks like Reclamation that are tedious, you are unreasonable. It is not the player's job to balance the format and make it fun for everybody. That is R&D's job. So if there's a deck like Reclamation in the format, it is not the fault of the people playing the Reclamation deck. It is R&D's fault and the fault of people who design the Magic the Gathering cards who then leave them legal and don't ban them. And FYI, saying things like that is why Wizards of the Coast doesn't work with me. Because saying things like that, I'm told they view as personal attacks, even though it's just the truth. Tamiyo is very, very good. She is absurd in the Nexus deck. Hey. like in an okay spot here. We've got our mana set up, so we're just like, we've got Path of Discovery. We're basically just waiting on drawing a Citadel at this point. Screw the truth, I have money and that means I'm right. What's going on, Beetle? Sir, thanks for the 16 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, I agree, Tsunami. When people talk about Nexus of Fate versus Wilderness Reclamation, I actually think that Wilderness Reclamation, or Nexus of Fate existing as a fringe deck, is actually super cool and kind of interesting. I, however, also think that playing against it constantly is really tedious and not a healthy gameplay experience for a lot of people. Well, unfortunately, that's going to get milled by the silly Ashiok. That's true. Yeah, if you're looking for a deck that stuffs the Reclamation decks in a little box and kills them, you should definitely watch the Red-Black Zombies deck we played this morning. It was super efficient and awesome. Being able to kill people outside of combat is great. Why is the Ashiok scary? Like, it's annoying that it, like, happened to mill the card that I wanted, but in reality, it's no different than me just never having drawn the card. You're someone who's not subbed, so you can't watch the Twitch pod, keep in mind, or you just don't want to click through it yourself. Everything we stream gets uploaded to my YouTube channel and my website. So tonight on jeffhoagland.com, you'll be able to open that up and find the Red-Black Zombies deck and everything else we played today neatly cut up.
This has been a nightmare.
Ugh, what a whiner.
All right. Sure. Take another giant dino. If we get Ritual Asooted here, we're probably dead, but otherwise I think we're okay. The Citadel was exiled. Ashiok down ticks, and then she exiles the stuff. I think against control, I just cut the Grazers and bring in the Duresses. It's fine. Yeah, I agree. A lot of people who come over from Hearthstone are used to games where you see most of your deck and your deck literally can't win without a specific card, but Magic doesn't have a Shutterwalk deck in it. In Magic, most games you don't see your entire deck, and if you never see a copy of a card, it's not a big deal. So randomly getting a card milled in Magic is really no different than you just not drawing that card in that game. It doesn't have a meaningful impact. Sailor Dark, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. This is for the blue-white control list I submitted. Sounds good, Gaea. Thanks for the support. Yeah, I believe Ashiok is gender neutral. Clockworkology, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month. We're really gonna need to hire a gardener, chat. This tomb is just not well maintained. Scale of 1 to dead. Alright, got it. Oh, you know what? I should have been that to just shuffle it all back in, right? Huh? Definitely. So, again, even though this triggers, they all get exiled, so when this trigger resolves, there's nothing to shuffle back in.
You must be Quell.
We're through one blessing. Joke's on you, opponent, I don't draw spells. I mean, we also don't need the Gaeas to combo. Generally speaking, the Gaeas are only useful when your opponent has a lot of life.
Behold, I lost my appetite.
That moment when I'm a brand new bloodthirsty mob, but sub-only chat means there's less people to time out. It's a hard knock life. Wayward Swordtooth just being a 5/5 for 3 is so good. Yes, it does, Scooty. Thank you for the support. We've been on sub-only chat for the better part of like 6 weeks now. Maybe a little bit longer than that. The stream had just gotten consistently large enough that I was spending more time moderating people who had ill intentions or just wanted to be off topic. It was detracting from the ability to do my actual job. And, like, it's funny that you didn't, like, it's almost not noticeable, right? Because, like, we're lucky enough to have enough subs at this point that, like, the chat stays moving with subs. And I feel like even with the sub-only chat, it sometimes gets moving quick enough that I miss things, which probably is a good indication that it's a good change. Yeah, it digs me 3 cards. Iticus, what do you think are the winner decks for the war format? I think everything that was good last season is still good now. I think blue-green Reclamation is probably the biggest winner because Tamiyo is busted. The Winding Road. We also have wonderful folks like the Winding Road that dole out the gift of speech to folks at random. Welcome to our new members of Hooglandia. Feather, yep. I think I'm actually going to wait to play this for a turn because I don't want it to die to Lava Coil. I'd like to play this and Jadelight in the same turn. I think the play-to-win decks in this current format are blue-green Nexus with Tamiyo, as well as red aggro with the white splash, or with the green splash, sorry, red aggro with the green splash for Cinder Mines. Hey, Fish Lamp Clock, thanks for the 8 months. For people who are newer to the channel, the people asking for timeouts is a really old joke, because when we weren't sub-only, when the channel wasn't sub-only, we frequently aggressively timed people out for just being off-topic, which upset people. So then to kind of make fun of the people who were upset for getting timed out for being off-topic, subs started asking for complimentary timeouts. Just to kind of show that, like, not being able to post in chat for 10 minutes isn't a big deal. I watched one standard YouTube video and I'm hooked on Arena again. Welcome back, Elf King. Thanks for the 10 months. Alright, so hoping to draw Citadel next turn or another Explore creature. I guess I plan to chump block with this turn, or it might actually just die to this, and then I pick it up with Memorial and then play both out next turn. Yikes. Probably dead here. This seems like it's going to be a very difficult matchup for us. My opponent's deck is aggressive, and our Wildgrowth Walker package doesn't do a lot to protect us here. And a lot of their threats are legendary, so the cast downs that are in my sideboard also aren't super useful. Timeouts do not stack. Gosh, this is a hit for 10. Hey, Simone. Thanks for the $5 tip. I appreciate it. No comment. Well, thank you for your support, whomever you are. The next scheduled ban announcement, I believe, is May 20th. If I recall correctly. Not really sure there's a whole lot we can do here. Because like I said, my cast downs don't really help. Which is unfortunate. This also doesn't block well. Unlike against blue, white, and red aggro, the O3 is a good blocker there. When does the mulligan change? They haven't made an official statement on whether or not it's going to become permanent yet. Hopefully soon. Not soon enough. What should be changed about the mulligan? Land distribution? No. You shouldn't change anything about how your decks are built. The change just makes all the decks more consistent. It's a good change. I think I just want to get this down. Just like get accelerated. I'm actually gonna flip on the city's blessing really quick for this, right? I think I'm gonna not block here, because if I block and they like Defiant Strike, I don't want them to kill my Squire, because every permanent I have in play is valuable towards hitting the City's Blessing on this Wayward Swordtooth. And again, this is the reason why I said this matchup's probably going to be hard, is their big threats are legendary, which is a big deal, because my sideboard removal is cast down. Deal. All right. So the real question is, do I try and combo here? I think I do. All right, I think we're doing it. All right, we got there. Whew. Whew. Without the path, it's a lot harder. You needed to chain together though. Wildgrowth plus Jadelight. You played around with the green-blue proliferate deck that's been showing up. I've not, Debo. This deck is sweet. Like I said, I think this matchup's hard, but we've still got some play to it. Just the Dino being a 5/5 is great. We're going late today. Yeah. In fact, if we continue to have the absurd numbers that we've had so far today, we're at like 2,700 right now. Y'all are great. I'm probably gonna do more than just the decks listed. I plan to run late every day this week that we have good numbers. So if you want to see more Jeff content this week, show up. I'm going to be doing my normal schedule at a minimum, but I plan to run long every day this week, that we have good numbers, so. SJ Sharky, thanks for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, that's also true too. Monday, generally speaking, is my best day for viewer counts. Although, 2,800 is high still. If we get to 5K, can we hold Jeff hostage for 24 hours? Like, 12 to 14 hours is like my limit these days. More than that, and things get a little loopy. Sorry. I think I just say no blocks here. Just because if they have any pump spell, they kill my walkers. And I really want to draw a land next turn so that I can double explore and gain 12. Right, hoping for a land that doesn't deal me damage here. Perfect. I think I've been that. I think I'm just looking for more explore creatures at this point. I don't know. So we played an iteration of the Feather deck over the weekend. And I mentioned this then, that the Feather deck is the type of deck that's incredibly difficult to get right in a lot of ways. So it's really hard to know what an optimal build looks like in my experience. Jadelight. Alright, so I'm going to play this and not fight anything. I'm going to decline the fight. Kinda wish I would have kept the cast down now since they have Phoenix, but I can't know that they're going to have a Phoenix as a threat. Leet Deeps, thank you for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. And then I'm taking 5 here at least. And then hopefully there's a Jadelight Ranger on top of my deck or an Explorer creature and I get going here. But comboing starting at 10 health is a little sketchy. Or like path into a thing. So like this gains me 6, but I'm taking 7 next turn. So I really wish this was on top of my deck rather than being drawn into my hands here. All right, so we have 6 points of life left. Really just need any explore creature under this Wildgrowth Walker. Ah, we were so close. We were so close. I think I lost that game because of the cast down I binned earlier. If I'd have been able to cast down the Rekindling Phoenix, I would have had enough life to go off there, I think. But I just like, they hadn't showed us Phoenix and all their other flying threats were legendary, and I like had the ground locked up, so I didn't really want to do that. Close game though, and that's especially exciting to see a close game there because I envision that being one of the harder matchups for us. Maybe Arc. We played a couple of different iterations of elves in previous seasons that always felt really close. This hand needs some lands, but we've got a lot of explore creatures and Bond of Flourishing, so hopefully we're gonna get there. That's true too. If we would have kept the cast down, our entire deck would have just been backed up a turn basically, and then we would have hit the thing on top of our deck. We would have had the Branchwalker on top of our deck too. So that's not a real thing to like know, but it's funny how that works out.
My responsibility. Might be a bad idea.
I'm gonna go ahead and play this and try and hit my land drops here. That's brutal.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Really hoping to go this plus this turn. I'm going to start by attacking Teferi. I want them to have as little information as possible when they make their decision here. Because, like, they might be less likely to save this if they know I'm deploying 2 threats the following this turn as well. So again, just like looking to get to 6 mana to play Bolas' Citadel on curve.
Here we go.
I love that none of our card advantage technically draws cards, which is great. Although, I can kill both their planeswalkers here, right? No, I'm one. Oh, now I can. Perfect. I'm gonna Bond of Flourishing first. And then actually... No, exploring a land is not a draw. And if they... So I'm going to kill both their walkers. And if they clear my board next turn, and I draw a land, I can stick the Citadel.
Still have much to learn.
Trust me. You'll thank me later. That's more like it. This is hardly my worst defeat.
And again, this is one of the sweet things about playing this deck against control decks, even games 1 when we don't have Duress, is our explore creatures allow us to pressure what they have going on, which forces them to tap out, which then gives us a window to like do stuff with Citadel, which is great. And even though this card has a color, this is an artifact, so they can't mortify this, which is great. I think I just take the backup Citadel here, just in case they have like Teferi next turn. I have enough life that I'm going to play this out. Citadel. Actually, I don't really need a Citadel. It's probably just like Jadelight. Oh, those are the last of my Citadels. All right, I'm going to put an extra one back in. 2 Jadelights. Need to play an extra land because of this. I want to put my other blessing back in my deck, plus some explorer creatures. And then unfortunately we did hit a land on top of our deck, so we have to stop here. Like I said, sometimes, especially when you don't have Path to Discovery going, you can brick off and not fully combo with this deck, but even then, especially against these control decks, it leaves us in a good spot to win the game the following turn. And they know about this.
Hide from the world any longer. Let's skip to the good part.
Because they missed on a land, I actually don't want to give them a third untapped mana here, I don't think. Alright, giving them 1 mana is not a big deal.
Just let me know if you're up for round 2.
I have this extra Swordtooth here in my hand. Assassin's Trophy can't target my own cards. Otherwise, I would do that. So that is a good play, but it's not a legal play. Alright. Path to Discovery should mean they're dead here. Yep. So Path to Discovery means that we're incredibly unlikely to hit a brick of lands all in a row. They should have killed Wildgrowth Walker there. Yeah, probably. Probably. I'm going to cut these ramp dorks and bring in Duress because we just want to go a little bit slower in this matchup. This deck is very neat. When we played against this, I was like, man, that's awesome. And then we played it for the first time on Saturday, and I was like, yep, definitely awesome. What do you suggest doing against this deck? I suggest doing the same thing you want to do against every combo deck. You want to have Disruption, which in this case, you can disrupt this deck by killing its Wildgrowth Walker, or its enchantment, or its artifact. And one of the reasons why I think this deck is so much less obnoxious to play against than Wilderness Reclamation is because this deck gives you so many more interaction points. This deck needs creatures, artifacts, and enchantments to combo. So, like, if you can't race me or interact with one of those things, like, what is your deck doing? I wonder how many people in paper have trophied their own permanents in error. A lot. It is. Trophying your own permanent is a suggestion that comes up fairly frequently as someone who streams. They did a promo on Arena to put the old Duress art as something you could win from an event. The new trend of opponents' control pikes are there to make digital magic flow more quickly. Now, whether or not they're good or bad is another thing you could argue, but it tends to make things go faster in Arena. Alright, I'm nowhere near having enough mana to cast that one, but I think I'm keeping it. Awesome, Dauber. I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, it was really sweet this morning. The Mardu Aristocrats and the Black-Red Zombies were the first time I've played a red-black aggro deck and not been disappointed. We tried them a lot in previous seasons. They were pretty consistently disappointing. I think Grazer's been okay. We haven't gotten to play against white, blue, or red aggro yet, which are the places that I think Grazer could really shine, so I don't know that I have a good beat on it yet.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Alright, let's draw a couple of lands. Nice, Tim. Yeah, Gruul Warriors is a solid deck for sure.
Don't worry, I got this.
Wow. Wow, Teferi is rude. Alright, so we need them to draw a brick next turn, and then we need to draw a land and combo them. The Vendilion Click Thought Erasure is just like something that's rude beyond comprehension. That was our shot, Chance. That was our chance, chat. That was our one last shot. It was the chance to roll. That's fine. We're up a game. We'll win the next one. Wow, they bricked on Azcanta. All right, Poppy needs a land. Poppy needs a land. Oh, come on. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. All right, opponent. Can you be unlucky again? All right. They know about the Citadel. Yeah, I like them drawing aggressively here to like find discard or counter magic. Land. All right. All right. The Thief of Sanity means I'm done. this hopefully helps me find a third land, and then like Jadelight helps me find lands past that to maybe get to the Citadel. It's a touch awkward that I don't have black sources, but again, hopefully this plus this are going to help change that. Have we even had a Citadel in play yet? Yeah, we've comboed multiple times in this set today. Now, seeing double Citadel here, the smart play is probably take the Jadelight Ranger. Yeah, I like that. I like that decision from my opponent. Now, they know about these trophies, but they also know it ramps them, so I assume we're going to see Teferi sooner rather than later. Because, like, obviously they know that's coming up, so they chose to play their threat into it. That's fine. It, like, gives me an explore chance to hit a land next turn, and it, like, puts more pressure in play to, like, attack their planeswalkers and stuff. Yep. Not super surprised to see this.
I am not going to sit this one out. Let's take it back.
That's an interesting decision. Do you have a third basic in your deck?
This is hardly my worst defeat.
You do not. You think Ugin goes in Esper control as a way to end the game? Listen, as someone who's worked with many Esper control players, they're not looking for a way to end the game, okay? In fact, their one true joy is making sure the game continues going on. Yeah, I think we're just going to stumble and die here. I think we're going to be able to keep up with Liliana at this point. Little unfortunate there. I felt like we were in okay positions both games 2 and 3 and just like bricked on land 5 or 6 for the Citadel for too long. Feel like we had windows in both those games to get going and just missed it due to our mana. Thinking about building Memekin on Arena, but I'm wondering how important the Black Splash is with Mizium Tank. J-Man Dog, I'd encourage you to watch our last couple times playing Ral Memekin. The Blue Splash is absurd and very good. The Black Splash was whatever last season. The updated Memekin deck we've been playing this season is awesome, and you definitely want the Blue Splash. We've played it twice since the new set's released. Lands! Ral Memekin is one of the many decks that you can find on my website. You click standard decks at the top. I got around to updating that over the weekend, so it is current with the new set release. Or more specifically, there's 5 decks at the top that are updated with the new set release, and there's decks underneath them that are clearly marked that don't have new cards in them yet.
Every story is an opportunity for new data. To the library.
New Dovin is strong versus Memekin. Yep. They named Wilderness Reclamation and Mist. God bless. I think I need to hit a land. If I hit the land there, I would have Assassin's Trophy this, I think, but now we'll just try and pressure it inside of combat. I have a lot of creatures here.
Noted. I think you will find my notes helpful.
Sorry about that. Had to get a pack of Gushers out of my hidden stash because they're one of the things if I just leave them laying around in my office, the children come in and steal them. Darn kids. I'm gonna send both of these here and this at them so that way this dies even if they have a bounce spell. This stream is in no way sponsored or endorsed by Gushers, but Gushers, if you're out there, it certainly could be. Who makes Gushers? Is General Mills?
I learned little here.
I feel like there should be a logo on here. They're a cereal company, right? So that's probably not right. Betty Crocker makes Gushers. Look at that.
If you show remorse, I'll show restraint. Keep up the pace. That's how it was meant to happen.
Listen, Idol. You're never too old for Gushers. True story. When I was 17 years old and I moved out of my parents' house, the very first time I went to the grocery store, I bought an entire truckload of Gushers because they were like the one snack my mother would never buy. I was like, I'm an adult now. I can buy what I want. That's rude. Man, we were gonna combo kill them too if they didn't have a counterspell. We're probably dead now because the Azcanta's gonna flip when they have a Reclamation.
You've already lost. You just don't know it. Let's think this through.
Alright, I have to read this comment for the people that are just listening at home. Have you ever had a Gushers blunt? It's Gushers rolled up in a fruit roll-up. What kind of unholy imagination is that? That's something. That is certainly something. Alright, statistically dead here. Answer the question. No, that's not anything I've ever had before. Did you not have, didn't you just hear the story that my mother wouldn't buy us things like Gushers? We did like 99% of the food shopping in my house growing up at Aldi, which like didn't have brand name things like Gushers. No, they're not bad by any means. They just don't have like specialty type products like Gushers that you would find at other stores. Storm Breath Dragon, thanks for Twitch, the 2 months of Twitch Prime. Welcome back. I think Wayward Swordtooth is really good. I think you should watch the matches we've played today and the matches we played over the weekend and go back and look at the number of games that we've won by attacking people with 5/5s. Attacking people with 5/5s is very good in this deck. You have little. We do not. I don't know what that is. It's not something I've ever heard of. Yeah, that would, these would be a valuable sponsor. Listen, Snyder's of Hanover, hook it up. These things are like pretzel crack. They're delicious. Which means, I'm sure means they're terrible for me. I don't look at the packages on things, but good lord, are they delicious. I should have played the swamp they know about. I was too excited about the pretzels. They're like pretzels with cheese in the middle. The honey mustard ones are good too, but my kids like the cheese ones more, so those are usually the ones we get. Where do I grocery shop? Anywhere. There's a Hy-Vee in town that's usually nice and clean, and they're 24 hours, so like, a lot of the time when I go grocery shopping, I'll go at like 10 o'clock at night after I go to the gym. Grocery shopping, life pro tip, grocery shopping at 10 o'clock at night is the best. It's just like, you, 2 other people, and other folks restocking the shelves. I'm sorry for impacting your treadmill, Boondock.
Let me aid your research.
What if we just gave the most obnoxious combo deck in the format a free impulse for whatever combo piece it's missing every turn? What if we did that? Would that be okay? Why or why not, Wizards of the Coast?
Always an answer.
Yep. Plus, on top of being an impulse, it's recursion for wilderness reclamation after you kill it. Yeah, in my YouTube videos, I always put in the video description whatever deck list we end on. Often after we wrap up, if I talk about changes I would do moving forward, usually that's the list that goes in the description. Yeah, I think a Jace build around for win condition could be fun. I have not updated my branding for Tempo Storm pretty much anywhere yet. I pulled their ticker off my stream today because I wanted to try a new layout. So, I'm doing this like this because I'm hoping they fog, which then means they can't play a counterspell, so hopefully I now get to combo them. Alright, you. What do I not want you to be able to get back with your Tameo? Let's put your Wilderness Reclamation back. And your Teferi. Oh, they got 2 blinks in here. Now, we definitely are not guaranteed to kill them here. We're definitely in danger of breaking off because I don't have the Explore enchantment, which is what happened there.
Decisions.
I thought she picks up anything. Return target card. Yeah, she picks up anything. She's busted.
Library.
Want to say I'm looking forward to modern days once Jeff gets tired of Reclamation decks again. I mean, the reality is probably I will stop taking decks that are bad against Reclamation rather than stopping to play Standard. We'll see. We'll see how long it lasts. We'll see how long the wonder goes. Like the black-red aggro decks we played this morning, for example, were interesting. And they were good against Reclamation. I suppose I can just concede here. This deck seems kind of like a mixed bag against Reclamation. I don't know that it's exactly very stellar. Yeah, we dumpstered them pretty good. If they take another turn here, I'll concede.
This will come in handy.
Sorry I'm late. Reverse.
Oh! Do you have a counterspell? They probably have a counterspell, right? Alright, I'm done. Yay, magic. I think there's a chance if you want to... I think there's a chance if you want to play this deck and you're playing against a lot of Reclamation. I don't care. I'm bored and I'm done. 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 That's why. That's why. In fact, we're gonna change to the Bant Flash deck because I'm tired of playing this deck against Reclamation. So the Bant Flash deck should have a better Reclamation matchup than this, which we've been playing in the unranked queue, and it's just been mono Reclamation deck, which I suppose because it's unranked, I could just start conceding to them because they're kind of tedious and boring. Maybe we'll just do that. I don't think I have any changes to this. I wish we could have played against some aggro decks to get a feel for if Grazer was good. The idea behind this was it's a 1-mana accelerant like Land War Elves that's able to block efficiently. I also didn't get a chance to play against mono blue, so I don't know if these blast zones are good or not. So I think I would leave this card for card. In fact, I'm probably going to swap to Grazers on the website because I think the theory behind them is good. I mean, like, I can't really do anything to make me combo faster than them. Like, their deck is just more consistent than our deck is because their deck's a dedicated linear combo deck and our deck's a combo deck that, like, has a backup plan. So our backup plan makes our combo plan slower and a little bit less consistent. Would Immortal Sun be okay in the sideboard? I don't think that really solves any problems that we have. Like, I know, like, the last Reclamation deck we just played against had a bunch of Planeswalkers, but most of them don't have a bunch of Planeswalkers. All right, what are we doing? Bant Flash up next.